Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Listen, I'm telling you right now, Bivol, if he has any sense, he will avoid the rematch with Canelo. Because I'm telling you right now, the secret society, they are trying their best to make Canelo the undisputed champion at 175 pounds. Man, Bivol should avoid that rematch. The money's not worth it. Now, when it comes to Bivol, he's the second man after Mayweather to clip Canelo, all right? And I'm going to be honest with you, and I think most would agree, even if you're a Canelo fan, he was more than convincingly, beating that fight. Canelo didn't win one damn round. All this trying to beat up the arms of Bivol, that didn't work out because even when he hit Bivol's arms, Bivol would react and shoot and let his hands go. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. So for Canelo to get outworked every round, you know what I'm saying? To getting countered, losing the foot fight, losing the battle of controlling the distance, controlling the range. He just lost in every area of that fight. Canelo didn't win. When it comes to the different areas of a fight, the different categories, the different things that you look for that a fighter can implement in the ring or show dominance, Canelo didn't win in any of those areas, man. From, speed, even the power, even controlling the distance, even fighting in close, fighting mid-range on the outside. Being able to be the intelligent aggression, effective aggressiveness, man. There was just no area where Canelo won. But long story short, now when we talk about Bivol and Bivol's WBA title, let me make sure y'all understand what's going on. The WBC, they do not want, I don't know what the problem is with Suleiman. He has this thing out for Bivol, and I personally think what it is he just doesn't want Bivol to come and beat Berdabiev. Because if he beats Berdabiev, then Bivol comes the undisputed at 175. And he knows Canelo can't beat Bivol. But what Canelo can do, right? Canelo can make it more competitive by not just trying to beat up his arms. And then that would result in Bivol losing his right to complain because he didn't knock Canelo out. Now, to say Bivol's going to knock Canelo out, I wouldn't go that far. Canelo hasn't even been knocked down in his career, so to come down and say somebody's going to knock him out, I mean, no matter how much I feel Canelo's on the decline, I don't think he's at the point to where he gets knocked out by Bivol. But what I will tell you is, they want Bivol frustrated, they want him a little angry, and they want him to lose focus in the fight with Canelo because they really want for that fight to go to a decision where they can rob Bivol. Now, this is all my opinion, okay? But I'm telling you, the writing's on the wall that they're setting Canelo up for Berdabiev at 175. Let me tell you, that WBC strap, and as far as saying, well, Bivol's Russian and with the war and this and that, they don't want Bivol to have the strap. So why does Berdabiev have a WBC strap? Why can't Bivol fight for it? And then people are out here talking about Bivol and fighting at 168. Let me explain something to you. Canelo could come and say, look, whether it comes to him wanting to fight at 168 or fighting at 175, he can say this and he can say, look, my statement, I mean it unequivocally, right? I want the same rules, same terms, same everything. I don't want any excuses when I beat Bivol. Some people are saying, oh, well, Canelo doesn't want to fight Bivol at 168 because they feel that Canelo's trying to protect his belts. Let me tell y'all something. That's not what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I think Suleiman and the secret society are, for the most part, telling Canelo what direction to go. And that's why it's not at 168. Remember before, Canelo's like come down to 168. Right? What I'm telling y'all, I'm not making up. Before, Canelo was like, fight me at 168. They were trying to entice Bivol to come fight at 168 for all the belts. Even Eddie Hearn was on board, right? Because they were trying to drain this man to get down to a weight he hasn't fought at. And he was like, yeah, I think I can make. Then all of a sudden, in the last month or so, now 175 is where you want the weight. So to me, what changed? Because Alvarez was the one pushing for 168. Now Alvarez is coming out saying 175. Come on, man. Y'all gotta peel the layers back on this. You know? And I'm gonna tell you right now, as far as the fight taking place at 175, you know, that may be music to the ears of Bivol. But when it comes to my ears, I don't hear music. What I hear coming is a robbery. And I'm telling you, the writing's on the wall. You got to understand with Canelo Alvarez, you look at him historically when he's in fights, you know, even in close fights, you know, he gets the nod. He even got the nod on the scorecard with Floyd Mayweather. That's complete madness. He got, I think, the nod on the scorecard with Bivol. Or something like super close, like something ridiculous. Then in them Triple G fights, them first two, come on, man, I don't care what anyone says. He didn't win them damn fights. All right? So when it comes to Canelo, he's extremely high risk, you know, and I just don't think Bivol outworking him every round is going to get the job done. All Canelo has to do is land one or two decent shots. And every round of that fight, Canelo's going to win. I'm telling you right now. And for those who are wondering, how the hell is Eddie Hearn able to make this fight, right? Well, because both of these guys, Canelo Alvarez and Bivol, they have ties to Matchroom and DAZN. And I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to if there's potentially any obstacles to making the fight, I just don't think there are any obstacles to making the fight. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think so. And I have no reason to believe that the fight won't take place unless Bivol wakes up and chooses to go and do something different. But that being said, when it comes to Canelo, I guess he went back and had a conversation with his team. And those guys sat there and talked to him, and they just kind of reminded him, like, look, you've always had a thirst to take on huge challenges, man. You know, you go up, 10, 15, 20 pounds. Remember, Canelo started off at 140. People forget that. The best weight for Canelo is 154. Well, he jumping up to 160, 168, 175. Beating these guys. Caleb Smith, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. Going on to get titles. He even went up and clipped Sergey Kovalev at 175. So we got to understand when it comes to Canelo Alvarez, he can jump up in weight classes and fight different opponents depending on who it is. You know what I'm saying? But he just met his match with Bivol. And you can even talk about fighting at 155 pounds, where I think is a sweet spot for him, 154. Fighting Cotto, then fighting Amir Khan, which, that was going all wrong for Canelo till he tranquilized Amir Khan. But when it comes to him and his legacy, I just think there's no more adding to it if it comes to a fair fight between him and Bivol. I think Bivol beats him again. Fight turns out the same way. But I just don't see that. But for some reason, Canelo's more than motivated for fighting Bivol. And the thing about this is there's a chance that Canelo and Bivol could end up out there in the Middle East. So that could be something else that we need to take into consideration for Canelo and Bivol to go out there in the Middle East and make some huge money. Canelo's already making huge money with DAZN. They go out to the Middle East, man. That could just be a little more food in the pot for him and for Bivol. You guys know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you this. Man. When it comes to someone who has enthusiasm and when it comes to someone who wants to challenge, I'm going to tell you, when it comes to that guy Bivol, and I'm going to say, and Canelo equally, it's kind of crystallizing to see these guys really want to challenge themselves. And I just don't think for Bivol, I just don't think he wins this fight, man. And it sucks. It really sucks. When you're up against the WBC, you're up against sanctioning bodies, and Beterbiev is just there in the breeze. It's just one of those things. You can't come up to Bivol's turf and decide that you are just think you're gonna come out there and knock that man off. Bivol comes from that sound amateur Russian program, like the Klitschko's. You know, he has the experience. Look what he's done as a pro. Bivol is a monster. He's a monster. To me, he's the best 175-pound fighter on the planet. He'll beat Beterbiev, and anyone else at 175 who wants to mess with Bivol, I mean, good luck with that. You know what I'm saying? When we really think about 175 and what's out there, we gotta be honest with ourselves. I'm gonna pull up and show you. There's really, as far as Bivol and what he brings to the table, let me tell y'all something, man. None of these guys are messing with Bivol. Show you right now. None of them. Yardy, man, come on. Yardy can fight. Yardy has power. He's not messing with Bivol. And we could say styles make fights. But let's just sit here and take a look at it. The only person I say who can give Bivol a problem may be David Benavidez. And the reason I say that is because Benavidez has gone on record and talked about it. This is 175 pounds. When we sit here and look, these are supposed to be the top guys at 175 right here. Beterbiev is a monster. Him and Bivol's a good fighter. I just think Bivol outboxes him, and for the most part, referee stops the fight because Beterbiev's face just gets busted up. Caleb Smith is about to fight Beterbiev. Caleb Smith's going to lose. Ramirez, Zurdo, he needs to go his ass back to Mexico. He shouldn't. He has no business fighting and headlining any major cards. Zurdo Ramirez proved that he's just a paper champion, and that record he had was all inflated. Smith Jr., he already lost to Bivol. Yardy, tough guy, just not sure because he started boxing so late, he can make up for those years of having not started as a kid like these other guys who started young and were in the amateur program and went through the Olympics and that whole amateur circuit to get experience. I just don't think Anthony Yardy has what it takes to overcome that difference of experience. Boazzi, same thing. I don't think he's a threat. And same thing with Aziz Richards and Eifert. What's that man's name? Eifert? So let's come on down. And you take a look at what else is going on here at 175. Hold on, let me go back up. And you see, when you look at these names, for the most, you got Darrell. Darrell doesn't stand a chance against Bivol. Yardy, Smith, Aziz, these are the names we talked about. So that being said, Bivol's going to reign for a long time, man. But I'm telling you, the WBC, they're trying to make that Beterbiev fight. You know, because it's funny, if Bivol would have fought Canelo at 168, Bivol could have won the WBC strap. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have an issue with him fighting Canelo at 168 when this conversation first came up. Now all of a sudden, they want Canelo to fight Bivol at 175. I'm telling you, man, they're trying their best to position Canelo for that Beterbiev fight. And I'm going to tell you right now, this damn Beterbiev, 19-0, 19 knockouts. Beterbiev is no joke. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Just pay attention to what's going on. Bivol. I know it's good money fighting Canelo. I get it. But Bivol should just leave him alone and figure out something else. Because if he doesn't knock Canelo out, if Canelo Alvarez just lands 2-3 clean shots around, Canelo wins the fight. I'm telling you. That being said, y'all keep cool. I guess we'll sit back and see what happens, right? I'm in the breeze.